Hi fellow flowers, Violet here and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the cactus lanyard. So let's get into it. For this lanyard you will be needing 9 pieces of gimp or plastic lacing. Right now I have 4, but for reference on lengths please check the description box. Now I'll be starting off with 2 of these. As you can see, the base of this cactus is your standard circle stitch, and then it goes into a 2x1 twisty and then into like a quad tornado twisty. So we're going to be adding strings to this and removing some to get that cactus effect. Now for my base of this, I'm going to, like I said, start off with a circle stitch. So I have 2 pieces of gimp that I'm starting with. I will fold these in half to find their midpoint. And then one of these is a little bit longer than the other one, so I need to even this one out on its own. So I'm just finding both of these ends and pulling until I find its midpoint. And once I have them both evened out, I can arrange them like so over my finger, making an X. And you'll see that the lime green string is on bottom. So I'm going to start with this when I'm making my 2 loops. I'll bring this to the bottom left and this to the top right. And then I'll weave these strings over and under and pull these through, and then I can tighten it all up. Now, if you need a more broken down circle stitch tutorial, I will post a link down below. For now, I will just check to make sure that all of my strings are even. So evening this one out, make sure it's good on the ends. Otherwise, if your strings are uneven, then you might wind up at the end of your lanyard and have one strand that's much longer, and you'll realize that you didn't get the full length potential out of your keychain. From there, you will do 15 circle stitches until you have something that looks quite like this. And now we are ready to add our first strand, which will give our body kind of that like widening effect. So I will just make my circle stitch as usual. So start weaving it for making your 2 loops and weaving these side strings over and under. But then we are going to hit the pause button and we are going to insert a strand. So grab your 3rd string. So for me, this is this teal, and I'm going to insert it in between my 2 dark strands and underneath the 2 lime green loops. And then I will find the other end of this teal string, put the 2 ends together, and keeping my thumb there, I will just pull it until I find the midpoint of that strand. Now I can weave this string over and under, but you'll see that the strings are already going in kind of like an over and under fashion. So this top green string is going to the left, which means that I need to weave this teal to the right. If I were to do this strand, and if I were to bring this rightmost string over and under, you would see that now I have 2 strands going the same direction and this whole thing is going to fall apart. So we're not going to do that. Let's pull that out. We're going to alternate which side goes over and under. So you'll see now I have 1 strand going to the left and 1 strand going to the right. So now I can weave that other teal string, this one now going to the left, and you'll see that I have that alternating pattern of over and under, 1 going left, 1 right, 1 left, 1 right. And we can pull this tightly. And you'll notice that it is a little wonky because the strings are kind of like rejecting what you're telling them, but that's totally okay. We're going to do a couple more stitches and they should even out just fine. So from here, I am going to gather my lime green string and I will make a 2x1 twisty stitch. So for that, I am bringing it down to the bottom left, this to the top right, and then weaving my side strings over and under, starting with that right string. And then this one over and under to this side, this over and under to the left, and then finish off with this over and under coming over here. And I can pull this tight, and you'll see that the wonkiness of it kind of evens out the more stitches that you do. So I will do 15 more of these, and then I will come back once I have that. Now 15 stitches later, we are ready to add another strand, but this time this string is going to be going next to my lime green. So just like last time, we will start our stitch like usual. So starting that 2x1 twisty, and then I will hit the pause button again and we will insert my next string. Let me go ahead and grab that next strand. Here we go, and this needs to go underneath all four and in between the two lime green strands. So this kind of like more light transparent green is going to be going in between those. And now just fold them in half, even them out. And now I'm ready to weave them over and under. But I need to make sure that, again, I don't have strands going in the same direction because then it'll fall apart. So I'm going to start with the topmost string, and you'll notice I'm going to go over this teal strand, underneath the dark green, over this dark green, and then underneath that last teal strand. Let's go ahead and do that. Over, under, and then for these ones, over and under, and then we'll pull this through. Now you may say, oh my gosh, but Violet, they're going in the same direction, and that's totally okay. We're going to scoot this over and make some space for ourselves in between them, and then this is where we are going to be weaving the bottom strand. So this one needs to go over and under this dark strand here. So you may have to finesse it a little bit to get the strings to kind of pop through. But I'll pull that through, and then I need to go over that last dark green and underneath the last teal. Now I will pull this through, and you'll see that now I have that kind of quad tornado stitch going for myself. I can pull this all tight, and then I will resume with doing twisty stitches, except now I'm working with 4 strands. Luckily, the process is quite the same. We are just making 4 loops now, and then that means that we have 4 strands to go over and under with our side strings. Now we will pull this all tightly, and then we will resume. We're going to be doing 10 of the quad tornado stitches, and then I will bounce back and we will drop some strings. Now here we are after we have done those stitches, and the next step is to actually drop a strand, and this is to give the top of your cactus a bit of a rounded effect. Now I'm going to be using my lime green string here again to make my 2 loops, and this time we're doing a kind of twisty stitch. So I'm going to be dropping the dark green strands, and instead I'm just going to weave all of these other strings together. And it doesn't really matter which colors you choose. I just picked the strings that happen to be the longest. And from here, I can tighten it all up. And you'll notice that it looks a little wonky again, and that's totally okay. Once we do another stitch on this, it'll look fine. So we'll do one more here. And we're actually going to be doing 3 stitches. So I did 1, this is 2, and then I will do 1 more to kind of lock everything in place. But you'll see that I'm just doing a 2x1 twisty instead of doing that quad strand. And I'll pull this all tightly, like so. And you'll see that now I am no longer using that green string, and my lanyard has gotten slightly smaller. So we will do 1 more stitch here, and then we will drop another strand. So making my 2 loops with my lime green, and weaving all of my side strands over and under. The next color that I'm going to drop is the transparent light green, and that is mostly because I just want to have some more contrast, but you can choose whichever string you want to drop here. Make my 2 loops over and under with the teal, and then I will pull this all tight, and you'll see that now we are back at a basic circle stitch. So we will do 3 stitches of this as well. So this is 1, we'll do 2, And then we'll do one more, and that will lock everything in place. And then after that, I want to let the strings rest. So I'm not going to cut any strings just yet. We are just going to pull them kind of as tightly as we can without snapping the strings. And then we will work on the arms and let these strands rest. And we let them rest just in case they want to back out on us. Then we can tighten it. Whereas if we cut it right away and then the strings back out, then it's basically falling apart. So we'll just leave this for a couple of minutes and then we will work on our arms. So I'm cutting the next couple pieces of string here, aiming for about 15 inches or so on this one. Give it a snip, snip, like so. And now we are going to start a little box stitch with this string. But before we pull it tight, we're going to put it on the cactus. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to make my circle stitch, starting the lanyard like usual. This one goes over and under there. Then before I pull this tight, I will grab that cactus and I will just stick it right on. So I'm going to kind of like insert it through the strings. And then I will pull this tightly around the body and you'll see that now I have this circle stitch that's kind of hanging off the side of it. So now when we weave our circle stitches, we'll be going perpendicular to that body. So you'll just kind of have to ignore that you have this cactus in your hand. Thank goodness it's not poking you. And we will make our 2 loops and weave these side strings over and under. And we will do this for a couple of stitches until we're ready to turn. Now it's up to you how many stitches you'd like to do here. It's all kind of based on feel. No cactus is the same, so do as many as your heart desires for this. And then I'll weave my side strings over under. And I'll come back when I have that. Now from here, we are ready to do a 90-degree stitch. So you'll see I've already made my 2 loops. And now I'm weaving my side strands over and under. Again, if you need to see this more in depth, I will post a link down below to where I demonstrate how to do the 90-degree stitch. But for now, we are essentially doing a turn to get that little arm on the cactus. Now, you could totally skip this and you could leave it as like a little nub. Cactuses have those too. So again, feel free to personalize it and really make it yours. And after a little while, you can see that that cactus character is coming together. We're just going to add one more little arm. So I will trim up 2 more pieces of string. And then I will make a little circle stitch to put on this lanyard. So here I have my circle stitch and I have to kind of bring this over all of the strands and then just pull those other strings out of the way. And then once I get it to where I want it on the body, I can tighten it up like so. So I think I'm happy with it there. So I'm just going to pull it tight right there. And then I will do another stitch and then it'll kind of be locked into place. Now, if you want, you can kind of move them around. The strings will have a little bit of give to them. But generally we want to place it where we want it to be. So I'll do my stitches here. And then I will do another 90-degree turn and make that arm a little wider. So once you have done your turn, if you do want to have one arm that's a little wider than the other one, you can insert a string just like we did when we were making the body of it. And then we'll have a 2x1 twisty on this side, whereas we were only doing the circle stitch on the other side. So completely optional. You could leave them as little nubs or make them bigger, make them smaller. It's up to you. Now, after a couple of minutes, you should have something that looks like this. And now we should be in a pretty decent place to start trimming our strings from up top. And voila, here is what it looks like once all of those strings have been trimmed off. That is how you make the little cactus lanyard. I hope you guys enjoyed this video so much. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. keep blooming.